Ah, Nintendo. What's up, gamers? I'm Jay.
John.
Welcome to Jarithius Game Channel. This is J&J Game Talk. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be going over Nintendo, the original Nintendo Entertainment System, and some of the games that we grew up loving when we first got our system. John, what was your first game that you remember getting for Nintendo?
My first game for the Nintendo was the one it came with.
Mario. Everybody's was.
Mario and Duck Hunt.
Mario and Duck Hunt. Okay. What do you remember about Mario first?
Mario, you start out as a little guy in a red suit. You find out pretty quickly that you can't walk into things. You have to jump on top of them.
I recall my first jump, aiming for the brick, hitting the brick and landing in front of the bird thingy that like the trooper or whatever, and just immediately and then fall, you know.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, okay, I gotta, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Take two.
You can't run into them. You can jump over them, and eventually you're like accidentally land on one, and oh, they squish.
Yeah. They squish. They give you a shell unless you hit the shell into the pipe in front of you, and then it comes back at you, and then you're dead again. You're like, what just happened?
Yep.
It's totally an unfair mechanic.
Yes. You know, jumping down pits and...
So, when you first played, did you oops on the second level and discover the secret?
No, I think I learned about the secret either from friends or like there's the Nintendo Power magazines.
That's how I learned from Nintendo Power.
I did not on accident find that. No.
All right, so I just remember hating the second world, so I wanted to find those pipes once I heard they existed. Mm-hmm. And then once I finally figured out I could get up and over and then past the end, you know, you pass the end pipe on the elevator scene, mm-hmm. and then you go over and jump in one of them. So, did you ever beat it without warping?
Without warping? I don't think so.
Me neither. Not a chance.
I probably got several stages in. I made it pretty far a few times, I think, but I never actually got all the way to the end, all the way straight through without warping.
Right. I think I can remember getting up to stage 6 or maybe 5.
The original Mario, there were 8 times 4.
Yeah.
Stages.
Yep. It was 4 levels to each stage.
1, 1, 2, all the way up to 8.
Yeah. 8, 4. And at the end of each one of them, your princess is in another castle.
Yes.
Did you feel gypped when you finally beat Bowser on the first set and that happened? You're like,
yeah.
Wait, what? Do you know how long that took to do that?
Yeah.
It was like 6 for cripe's sake.
Yeah. I know we gotta do it 8 more times.
Yeah. That's all. Just. Yeah. How many brothers does he have?
I don't know.
There's a whole turtle clan.
And then when you beat it, you get to do it again.
Yeah. Some memorable games right off the bat, because we both, you know, almost everybody experienced Mario Brothers as one of their first games. Obviously, Duck Hunt's another one because it came in a 2-part set. Mm-hmm. The first game and Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. Raise your hand, no matter where you are, if you cheated and put the gun up to the TV. Don't you lie to me. Everybody put the gun up to the TV when you got up to like level 10. You're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That's not physically possible. You had to. Like stage 10 and 12, it got so fast. No, but you had to. There's no way.
I think I dropped my gun and it broke.
Yeah. Oh.
There's like a plastic lens in the front of the gun.
Right.
And
yeah, because it's like a photo capture,
like
basically.
But it got a crack in it in just the right spot.
Right.
So I could point it at the wall and still shoot the duck.
All right, so John beat that game, obviously. Click, 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 click. Next level. Click, 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 click. Next level.
Yeah, I did that, and it just kept going. I don't think it ever stopped.
I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. I've never even looked for the ending of Duck Hunt at that point. I hate the dog enough that I wanted to shoot the dog at the end of Duck Hunt.
I tried to do that.
Because you fail, and it's like.
I tried to do that a bunch of times. Somebody said that if you let the birds fly away and you shot them with all 3 bullets, you could kill them. But I don't think.
I don't believe that. I've tried that. I don't believe it for a second. maybe I didn't wait for all the ducks to go away yet. I don't know. But there's actually a time period where after they fly away and he comes out to laugh at you, you can't shoot anymore. Like it's done. Like it doesn't actually count for your bullets coming off.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna try and play some of these games a little later. Some games like Gauntlet, Duck Hunt, Tetris. We're gonna do these in co-op games, hopefully with a perfect screen refresh this time. Joust did not go so well.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You saw every other frame, maybe, at best.
Yeah. And Atari was the flashy stuff was all the time.
Yeah, it's brutal. But we're gonna try some of them later on. Some of my memorable games, definitely Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Now, I know the first one came out, but I didn't like it. I was one of those kids that almost broke their Nintendo because I swam into the seaweed until I died over and over and over and continue and over and game over and over. I could not get past the bomb defuse in the water past the seaweed swimming part on the original Ninja Turtles game.
I never got past it without cheating either.
I didn't even try. I hated it so, I hated it so much. But Ninja Turtles 2 was so good. The controls were good. It had a 2.5D plane, so you could go up a little bit on the stage. So you can go up and around guys, and it kind of gave you that like Bad Dudes or Battletoads or Double Dragon feel. Like you had a real good sense of what you could do with it. It was great. It had a regular swing, a jump kick, and then like a super swing where you did the punch and the kick at the same time. You hit both buttons at once, and they did like a super hit. So if a foot soldier took one hit, that would kill him. If they took two hits, it would still kill him because the super hit counted for two. So it was like a super move you could do with all the Ninja Turtles. It was great. There was plenty of levels. They had good progression. They had plenty of like midway points. In every single level, they had a decent midway point. They had pizza for you to revitalize your life. And then there was decent bosses, and they gave you a great game mechanic to know when the boss was dying. They would start slowly flashing yellow or like an orangish yellow, and then they would flash faster and faster until they actually got killed, and they would, fall over dead in like a lump. But it was a great way to show that you were making progress because there was no energy bar. You just fought forever. You did not know how long these things took to kill. So you just had to keep going and going and going.
And spending quarters.
And I stopped that once I found out it came out on Nintendo. But I remember going over another friend, John, when I was real young with my Nintendo, and we played Ninja Turtles till like 3 a.m, and his dad wigged out on us because we were being so loud we woke him up. He was so mad. But we literally at 3:30 in the morning got, I forget what stage it might be, like the 4th or 5th stage in, was like a Winter Wonderland stage. And the main boss was a polar bear in like a leather jacket. So it was a polar bear in a leather jacket, and he threw snowballs at you that would like crush you. Completely knock you on the ground. It takes you a minute to get back up. But we got to that part and we died over and over and over again. Actually, we got halfway through and we died over and over again because there was like a coup of bad guys. Like for the midway, you just got crushed guy after guy after guy after guy. Like a big onslaught. And we finally got through that, got all the way up to the end guy and paused it and went to bed. And left it on till like 10 in the morning when we finally woke up. And then we played it and we finally beat him because we'd been trying for like 2 weeks and we could not get through it. He would come over my house, I'd go over his house until we could finally do it. And thankfully, enough insanity prevailed and we were able to beat it because we were playing 2-player mode, which is cool that they let you. If you had the adapter, you could play 4-player mode. You got all 4 turtles, but most people only had the 2 controllers, or you only have the 2 slots in the one Nintendo. But it was great being able to play 2-player. You could steal the other guy's life. So if I had 2 and you died, you could hit the start button, and now I had 1 and you were alive. So if you're desperate, like, just take the life and come back, I'm dying. You know, you could come back. So during boss battles, that was critical to win. Absolutely critical. I mean, you went through all of them. It followed the classic Ninja Turtles cartoon, and then it kind of varied off to a couple things weird. I mean, you had Baxter Stockman, the Fly Guy. You know, you had Bebop, Rocksteady. You had the weird polar bear guy. I don't even know where he came in. I don't remember him at all in the series. You had...
There's always Shredder and Krang.
You did have Shredder. You had Krang. You had his #1 rock general from Dimension X. You went through like... it looked like a Japanese village, basically, at one point. And like, you know, the doors are sliding and foot soldiers are coming out and sliding back like an old school, you know, Japanese dojo kind of thing. And you fought that guy, you went down subterranean and got to what was that thing called? The little Krang, like tank ball. It was like a ball on wheels on tank treads, and it had like an eyeball at the top of it. Whatever that thing was called. But I mean, you finally got to go down into that after all the things you go through. One of the levels is on a skateboard. You're going down the across the bridge. It was in New York City, Brooklyn Bridge, but you're going across there, and then something hits you, and you end up jumping off and landing in like a parking lot, and then Baxter Stockman's little micer come and steal Splinter and wander off with him, and you're like, he's a grandmaster. That's sad, but I'll go chase him down, sure. You know, and but it was a really fun adventure. They had lots of differences in parts. The scenery was different all the way around. You were on the street, you were in the sewer, you were, you know, in a winter wonderland, you were on the bridge on a skateboard, you were, you know, you went everywhere. It was a really good game to me. I really enjoyed everything it kind of brought to the table. And I had a ball playing it. I was very happy to beat it. Didn't like the first one. Didn't like the third one. The third one was okay. It was the Manhattan Project. It was okay. It didn't wow me, and it didn't bring anything new to the table. You got a new super move that was like, why? The old mechanic worked great. Throw in some new special effects or something, not a new move that looks weird. But that's my game number 2.
All right.
All right, well, that's all the time we had for this one, guys. Thanks for checking us out. Please hit the like button if you liked it. Give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give us a thumbs down. Why not? Hit subscribe, click the notification bell, and we'll see all you guys next time. Thanks.
Sounds good. See you later.